Welcome to Airbnb Hosting 101. If you're planning to start renting your property on Airbnb and trying to get an idea of how much you can earn, in this video, I will show you a few simple things you can do to get a rough idea. Now, a couple of things to note. There are lots of softwares out there which are trying to sell you the analytical data. You don't need to do anything. It is very simple. Just follow the steps I'm going to show you in this video. The other thing is every property is different. There is no global formula or there is no Airbnb guru out there who can tell you a figure your property can earn. Every property is different. Every area is different. So stop looking for a ready-made number. Just do your research the way I'm showing you to get a ballpark figure of what your property can earn. So let's begin. The first thing you should do is just go into Airbnb on your computer and start typing your area and try to be as close as you can to the property. For example, my property is in Edinburgh, so I'm just going to simply start typing my postcode and it starts showing these things in the drop down. This is where my property is, so I will choose that. I won't worry about the check-in or check-out dates, but click on guest count, and this is where you have to think how many people your property can potentially accommodate. My property is a 2-bedroom apartment. It can sleep 2 people in each bedroom, and then I have a sofa bed in the living room. So my property sleeps 5 adults. So that is what I'm going to choose here, and click on search after that. That brings up the search results, and on the right hand side you will see the postcode is now highlighted. You will see this icon here. This is where Airbnb thinks that postcode is located, and now it is showing all the properties which accommodate 5 people in that area. And on the left hand side you can see all those properties. Now just open all of these listings in different tabs, and we are going to have a closer look inside those properties. Now this is one of the property. First thing you need to do is just click on the check-in date option here, and that brings up the calendar. Let me zoom in. Now these grayed and crossed dates are the ones they have already been booked. You can flick through the future months to get an idea what is the occupancy level they have. For example, this property is barely booked. They just have 2 nights booked in February, and everything else seems to be available in the future. So that gives you an idea of the occupancy this property has. But we are not going to look at just one property. Try and do the same thing for at least 10 properties to get a fair idea of the occupancy level. Now let me go to another property. This is the second property, and I will do the same thing again. And you can see again, they just have 2 nights booked, 3 nights booked in March, 2 nights booked in April. And let's open the third property and click on check-in date again. And they also have just a couple of nights booked in February, and in March they have 2 nights booked. But in April, they have about half of the dates booked, and in May, they have half of the dates booked, and things like that. And that will give you a rough idea of the occupancy level properties are getting in those areas. Now, this is just one thing. Don't make a decision based on the occupancy, because the occupancy directly depends on the pricing you are charging for a property. The higher your nightly price is, the lower your occupancy level will be. So the next thing we are going to do is look at the pricing of these properties and how much they are charging each night. So let's go to the first property again, and this time we are going to compare their nightly price. So just click on the check-in date, and this time we are going to choose some dates in the calendar. I've chosen 12th to 16th of April, and this is where you can see the nightly price. Click on this, and this is what they are charging, £330 for a night. Try and do this for different date combinations to see if there is a huge variation in the pricing. Again, it is 342, so it is in about 330 range in the month of April. Try and do this search for different months as much as you can, and that will give you a rough idea. For example, in February, this property is charging 242. Now let's go to the second property, and we will do the same thing here again. Let's go to April, and we will try and do the same search. This property is charging 303 in April, and we will do the same thing for the third property. Again, choose the dates and look for the price. So this property is charging 400 a night, and this price difference could be purely because of the location and the standard of the property. And when you look at a couple of other properties, you will get an idea about the price range that seems to be going in that area. And it's possible all of these properties have completely different standards. They could be on a high street, one could be on the back street. So look for the images as well to see what is it that is different in each of these properties, and try and match it with your property. And you just need to find a couple of properties which are very similar to yours and almost in the same location as yours. And this data from those listings will give you a precise idea about the going rate of such properties in that area. Now, the next thing we are going to do is jump off Airbnb and install a Chrome extension. And for that, just click on the first link in the description below, and that will take you to this Chrome extension on Chrome Web Store. Click on Add to Chrome, click on Add Extension. It will take a few seconds to install. And once it is installed, just click on this extensions icon on the top right and look for that extension and click on this pin icon. That will make the Chrome extension always visible to you whenever you are browsing. And then click on this extension and just type in your email address here and the currency you're looking to do your research in. I will keep it to USD for now. And after that, come back to Airbnb and refresh the search page again. And because we have added that extension, you will see this Get Listing Data button under each listing. So choose the listing which you found closest and similar to your property, and just click on Get Listing Data. And now it is getting the real-time data for that property for the future months. And this is how it would appear. Now this is real-time data for next 3 months. It is not estimated. This property has a booked revenue of this. Their occupancy level for next 3 months is this, and their average daily rate is this. This extension does the heavy lifting for you. It takes out all the guesswork out of the equation. And now you're looking at the real data for the property. And the extension gives you 5 free searches per month, but if you want to do more, you can subscribe to their paid plan and all that. But now you're looking at a real data of the properties, and this can be incredibly useful. You would look at 5 or 10 properties and you will get a fair idea of how much other people are earning on Airbnb and what is their occupancy levels. And keep in mind, occupancy levels can increase or decrease based on the month you're looking at, the kind of reviews the property has, and kind of furnishing that property has. But you don't need to pay for any other tool. Do this research on your own, and it will give you a ballpark figure of how much people are earning in your area for a property similar to yours. And after that, if you do decide to list your property, it entirely depends on your hosting style, your hospitality, and the kind of things your property will actually be offering. It could be higher than the average rate, it could be lower than the average rate. It entirely depends on the amount of effort you will put in when you start hosting. And with that, I will finish this video here. I truly hope you find this video useful. Please do like this video and subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful day wherever you are. Until next time, bye-bye.